Race number 17 of the season takes us here where we all began, Daytona International Speedway, for the nighttime race of the Coke 0400, well, rather than the Coke 0300, I guess you could say, for here for the Xfinity. But nonetheless, we're back at Daytona where it all began, and we're here under the lights. So let's get your top 10 rundown. Here is Colt Beavers on the pole for tonight's race. Second, Paige Navarro. Third, Seth Bull. Fourth, James Walls. Fifth, Paul Barber. 16, Sanford. 7th, Brett Pritchard. 8th, Sam Curtis. 9th, Ryan James. Winning the top 10, RJ Bishop. Here's your starting lineup as you hear the command at any moment.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's the command of fire him up. And on the final row, we have Chris Dollarton and Henry Sanford. Got through that quickly. So all 42 cars you've seen have been fired up. They're ready to go. Old Beaver, the number 3, is Earnhardt Nation there in the crowd running the Xfinity colors of that car for this race. We'll be leading them down to the green. We are having word Michael Norman will be running the GM Goodwin Chevrolet for that race as well because of Daytona's history. And here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Daytona. A nice start by the pole sitter, Cole Deaver, who really has not had a season right there in that number 3 machine. Involved in a lot of wrecks, and it really has not helped out that Chevrolet one bit. And my dog barks, so you just a quick second here as the 3 is still leading. Hold on, just a quick second here. Alright, as I came back in time, Kyle Keith now battling for the lead with Cole Deaver. I apologize for that. That's that for a second there. Now the 24 going to the lead right now, bringing along his teammate Zach Flickinger in the 19 and also bringing Chris Dodd in the 88. You're going to see a lot of passing for the lead and a lot of swapping, so I'm surprised that they're doing it this early on. A couple cars in the back of the field playing safe right now is PJ Williams and Henry Sanford. Playing safe, but now PJ back in the pack, same for the 7. They complete this lap. Chris Dodd will lead that one there. Now Carson Gum 3 wide for the lead. A lot of people wondering, too, what's going to happen in this race. The big one could strike. These last couple of seasons we've had these races have just been so spectacular, so dramatic. No one even knows what to even expect for this race. We had cars wrecking heading to the line on the white flag. We had cars coming on down to end the race where Eugene and Max end up taking a big win during one point. This race is going to be really intriguing to see who's going to really come out on top and pull this victory. Thoreau is leading them right now, and Wayne Carson now going to the point. As Thoreau will lead that lap. And now Keith Matson in the 38 there, trying to do what he can, get himself a victor. KAB Incorporated, they know what they're doing, now at least. They got their car to the front, it's just making sure Batson can avoid some crashes, but nonetheless though, Batson has definitely improved on his speed, definitely for sure, and I think Flickinger was trying to make Carson Gum go 4 wide. Probably not the best decision. Oh, don't do that. It's Flickinger. And Chris Dollarton in the apron. And Orton. Hang on, boy. Yikes. Almost collecting Henry Sanford. I'm amazed how these drivers did not wreck. However, caused a little bit of a separation. I think that'll be easily claimed in a bit as Ace Rogers now in the lead. Countered a little bit of a lag spike, but now it's over. Chris Dollarton, man, he was all over the place. Him and Zach Flickinger in the 19. They were just bouncing all over each other, and man, I don't even know how the 30 car kept it together, but he did. Like I said, this pack will be all together pretty soon anyway. And now here comes Paul Minnick in the 16 going for the lead. Paul Minnick, who's really not had the best of seasons in the NRSL. Now going to the point. I thought I just get called. Caution. Chris Dodd is around and Cole Deaver, the pole sitter involved. Kyle Keith, Joshua Osborne, Chris Dodd. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I see yellow lights. And indeed the case. Caution will wave. This will bring the pack back together. And right now, Paul Minnick in a really good position. And Brian James, look at the top three. The drivers have really been struggling a lot this season at the line. Paul Minnick, Brian James, Keith Batson. Three drivers who just can't find any luck whatsoever. Easy, guys. Easy. Calm down. Uh-oh. This ain't going to be pretty. So the 16 is supposed to be the leader. You can see the skid marks off 2 there from that incident. So far, everyone's all right, which is a good sign. John Art's got some right side damage. I think he scraped the wall there. Well, they're going about 40 miles an hour, so they can figure out where they are in line. At least 50, so now 60. Nearly a third of this race complete now. There's the cars being involved, and it looks like Deaver, his night may be over for the pole sitter there, and Osborne, the only other car that with a lot of damage as well. Caution's out. Paul Minnick is currently the leader. We're going to wait, and we're going to see if they're going to come down pit road. If they're not coming down pit road, we will take a look under the caution. However, we're just waiting to be sure if these drivers are going to come on down or not. And looks like they're not making an indication of coming down pit road. That's an interesting thing to see there. So caution's out. Let's take a look. Well, Kyle Keith got a great run coming off of turn 1 and 2, and I think he went down low to give Dodd some room. Didn't even see Joshua Osborne in the Castle GTX Chevrolet, and then Osborne had no choice but to basically turn him. Nothing his fault. I mean, it's just the bad move there by the Florida native Kyle Keith right there. Goes sliding up the track. Cole Deaver, nowhere to go, just runs right into the back corner of the 27, and then there is the 88. And then you seen the 42 scrape the wall earlier. That was basically the crash right there, but I'm amazed, though, how it happened really in the back of the field, not up toward the front. So we got away with the 4-car incident. Kyle Keith, the hometown hero for this race, and Cole Deaver, the pole sitter, they're not going to be too happy about that. Deaver especially. Caution's out for the first time tonight. Paul Minnick is the leader. Let's go take it back to the green. Pace cars give us the 1 lap to go, and Cole Deaver's the only one who retired out of that race with his damage. Everyone else is back on the track, still continuing, especially Chris Dodd, Joshua Osborne, John R., and Kyle Keith. All got damage repaired. They're back out on track in their respectable positions. Why there's a gap there, but it'll be filled up pretty soon. The top 10 rundown is Paul Minnick, Brian James, Keith Batson, Carson Gum, Ramian Fisher, Paul Barber, Jessica Sheldon, Henry Sanford, Wayne Carson, Jeff Guy. That is your top 10. I thought I missed someone, but I guess not. 11th through 20th is Ace Rogers, Grayson Acevedo, PJ Williams, Zach Flickinger, Dylan Thoreau, Benjamin Miles, Brian Acosta, Johnny Gardner, Andres Bronskis, and Chris Dollarton. That is your top 20. He's making his left turn to pit road. Now Paul Minnick You know, I'd be happy with the top three how they were right now, but you know what? We still got another 14 laps to finish. This green flag is back out here at Daytona. Brian James got a good start, and he was all over the back bump of 16. He said, you know what? I already got that run. I'm going down low. Going to bring Keith Batson and Carson Gum with. Ramey Fisher didn't get going there. Now Paul Barber on the move. I want to talk about a guy who's just had no luck whatsoever. You got to look at Brian James, who made his return to the NRSL, let alone NR offline, and he just cannot catch a single break. Blowing up at the front of the field, blowing up at the rear of the field, get involved in wrecks. Oh my God, they're 4 wide to the lead. Henry Simmer just got dubbed in the 7. Jessica Sheldon, Ramey Fisher, cautions out, and the big crash, the big one erupts. RJ Bishop, Agent Navarro, Connor Meyer, John Art, Dollarton in the air, Seth Cole, Zach Flickinger, Ryan Acosta, Gene Samper, John Art, RJ Bishop, Joshua Osborne, Connor Meyer, Nick Johnson, Kyle Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater. His engine is expiring on the Uncle Bob Chevrolet. Another car in the grass. That's Mongol. And Shear, Noah Ponser, Brett Pritchard. Also got involved too. The big one at Daytona erupted just nearly at the halfway point, and they went 4 wide in the front of the field, and that 7 car just got dumped. Wow, second Keith car is all on pit road there. And involved. I think the only one that really made it through may have been Brett Pritchard and Matt Dixon. They were the only 2 probably that got away empty-handed. No, the 48 was fine, but I don't know about Pritchard. I know for a fact they're definitely going to make pit stops on this one. Keith Batson currently the leader. Paul Medic only lost 4 spots on that restart. And no indication again. Surprise, surprise. It looks like also the 43 is not coming down pit road. Neither is the 01. The 01 you can see has a good buckle in the hood. 43, he looks okay. So I don't know if it's going to affect anything at all from them. But we shall see. There you see the rest of the damaged cars coming on down pit road. Looks like Nick Johnson, he's done for the night. Fitzwater, he's definitely done. So Keith Batson, currently the leader. Let's go take a look what happened with the big one at the halfway point. Alright, we got to start off going into turn 3 here. Now, I don't know how the hell they made 4 wide ending into turn 3 on a restart, but somehow they did. And I guess Wayne Carson found that hole underneath Henry Samper, went for it, and then Henry notices that his good friend there, Jessica Sheldon's up high, so he comes down low, but Wayne Carson really just got into that corner panel of the Branch Chevrolet. He's going to turn him right there. He really got into him, and I don't know how Ace Rogers managed to avoid that one there, but nice job. Jessica Sheldon just gets clipped. There's Fisher, you see right there, and then the big one's going to rub Dylan Thoreau. Nowhere to go. Ryan Acosta, Chris Dollarton, Johnny Gardner. Oh, man, Kyle Matthews nearly just flipped over there. Seth Cole, Angel Navarro, Connor Meyer, Brett Pritchard. Yes, he does get involved right there. 44, Zorlin also gets a tiny piece of it, too. Osborne, John Art. Oh, man, just find your car. Kyle Keefe just about made it through, but plows into the 9, who goes into the 6. That's how the 9 gets more front-end damage. They're just wrecking all over the place here. I believe, yeah, Kevchuk, he did get involved. Here to report, I think one car did make it through somehow. We're looking at Matt Dixon. Wow, he actually did. Check out the roof cam when we go slow-mo here, because take a look at the Sega Dodge over here and take a look. Now you see the 7 car, that's where the first skid marks are. All over the place here. Just showing you slow-mo for a reason, because look at these cars are just getting involved. Wow, the 54 does a close job as well. The 10, and then Everyone else is still wrecking up there. Oh, who's that up there? That's Zach. Oh, that's Zach Flickinger and Jessica Shelton. That explains why they got involved there. Wow, the 10 of Josh Sicoli nearly got involved in there too. So 3 cars really got lucky out of all that were Sam Curtis, Josh Sicoli, and Matt Dixon. That's going to really help them out in the points too because of that. Caution's out. Let's take it back to the green. Green flag is out. I accidentally accelerated a little too much there, but we quickly go through the top 10 at the line was Patton, Gum, Barber, James, Minnick, Carson, Rogers, Ace Vado, P.J. Williams, and Jeffrey Finguy. Now that was the top 10 at the line. Now out of the race at that incident include the following. I'm trying to see where that. Okay, here it is. Dylan Thoreau, Asian Navarro, John R.J. Bishop, Gene Sanford. I'm sorry, I just had a huge brain fart. Jessica Shelton, Austin Mongold, Connor Myers, Zachary Fitzwater, Zach Flickinger, Ramian Fisher, Nick Johnson, Johnny Gardner, and Ryan Acosta. What the hell is going on with me there? Yeah. And actually, did I say Gardner? Yeah, I did say Gardner. Okay. I thought I said JT first. Oh no! Ace Vado just got dumped into Batson! And another big one erupts at Daytona. Paul Minnick involved. Brett Pritchard and Carson Gum. And another crash happening at Daytona. Brian James escaping. And you gotta feel for Batson. Same for Paul Minnick. But Batson, though, was up in the front of the field, leading at the restart, and gets involved once again. His luck cannot go any better. He's got the speed now. It's just, he needs to get his luck around. Caution will wave. Brian James, currently the leader. That is unbelievable. Ace Rogers second. Baranska's third. Sam Curtis fourth. Josh Sicoli fifth. Matt Dixon currently eighth. I just wonder. I think, did he get involved in that? Oh, he did get some right side damage. I don't know if that's going to really affect the car, but I think completing the top 10 is James Qualls. Holy cow, there's not many left in this field. Batson and Shearer down pit road, and we just got to see if Batson, is he going to be out of the race? Yes, he is! Keith Batson, done for the night. Now, I know we will be going back to green, but the question is how many? Caution's out. Brian James currently the leader. Let's go take a look at ourselves, our third caution. And again, 4 wide is not working. I guess Ace Vado, P.J. Williams in a bad position. Bronski's actually somehow avoided that one. Oh, Keith Batson just had nowhere to go. He was in the right idea, but just couldn't seem to get around it. There's where Dixon, you see there in that 48, he's going to get his damage right there from going to the side of the 33, who also goes in front of Paul Minnick. That's where they get involved. Ace Vado, Kev Shearer, Brett Pritchard, Carson Gum. Brett Pritchard's been involved in 2 of the big wrecks here. And that car's still going. That's unbelievable. That Psyche really must have a really good car on him right there. You got to feel for Batson, though. That's a stinger. Man, who's going to survive this one right here? We just can't get through a restart cleanly. Brian James, currently the leader. Let's take it back to green. Pace cars give us 1 lap to go. As you can see on there, we're on lap 21 of 24. Out of the race after that incident include the following: Kev Shearer and Keith Batson. So 19 cars remain out on track. One of the craziest Daytonas we've ever been through. So a 3-lap shootout determined the winner of this race. Got Brian James the leader, second Ace Rogers, third Onyx Bronskis, fourth Sam Curtis, fifth Josh Sicoli, sixth Jeffrey Finguy, seventh Joel Ponter, eighth Matt Dixon, ninth Jonathan Zorro, in the top 10 James Qualls, rest of the field Seth, Cole, Wayne, Carson Gum, Paul Barber, Paul Minnick, Grayson Ace Vado, P.J. Williams, Benjamin Miles, and Brett Pritchard in 19. That is it. 19 cars. I've never seen that happen before Daytona. Green flag is back underway here at Daytona in the 48. Immediately went to the high line. I think he's trying to avoid that risk of holding people up there, so he's wisely going to go to the high line. Keep in mind, too, Noah Ponter, he's got damage to the front end. He's still in this pack somehow. Keyword somehow. I don't know how he is, though. And kind of up to speed. Not a whole lot, but that front end damage really is going to affect the car. And you can see some cars are trying to really get around that 01. They're even having to resort to the high line trying to get around him, which is normally not the best thing. And those guys in the front of the field, they're checking out. I don't know why the 01's on the low line. He should be on the high line and let these guys use the low line to get around him, but not the case, I guess. 2 laps to go. Sam Curtis trying to get around Brian James to the lead. He's going to go. Jeffrey Big Guy's going to follow. No, undoubtedly, if Brian James can cross the stripe at the checker flag where he's in, no matter what, this is going to really be a big points night for him. I guess they're going to have to rely on that Chase LCQ, but at the same time, they don't mind a win, though. It would really help them out. Ace Rogers, Jonathan Zorlin are also there. Baranskis and James Qualls and Wayne Carson out of nowhere. The 98's coming. Carson Gum and Matt Dixon are also trying to get around that 01. They're definitely going to be out of this contention. So this pack you see here are going to be the ones bound for the win. Ace Rogers the leader. Now Jonathan Zorlin looking underneath. 3 wide for the lead. White flag is out here at Daytona. Who's going to bring her home? Here comes Baranska. She thought about going 4 wide. Not the best idea. Stays in line, though. Guys are bumper to bumper right there. They got to be really careful. Ace Rogers almost just got bumper grab. Moves out of the way. Now Baranskis follows Zorlin. Here comes the 2 Baranskis. And Qualls get enough to run to go 3 wide. He's trying. Oh, they're wrecking! They're wrecking off the backstretch! And they're all wrecking! Unbelievable! One final happens at Daytona. It's a battle between Zorlin and Baranskis. Checkered flag is in hand. Zorlin can't get enough to run. Andres Baranskis is going to win in this wild Daytona race. Unbelievable. They wrecked on the last lap. A big crash with Benjamin Miles, PJ Williams, Wayne Carson, Seth Cole, and Joshua Sicoli on pit road. Some guys are not even crossing the stripe. They know it's over. Brian James, regardless, gets a 7th place finish. That's going to really help down the points. Paul Minnick avoid all the crashes. He ends up 6th. And a crazy last lap crash happening at Daytona. Sam Curtis 3rd. Carson Gum got 4th after everything he went through. He's going to come away 4th tonight. 5th Ace Rogers. James Qualls it up 8th. Noah Ponser with a busted hood will come away 10th. Ace Fado smoking the 81. We have to take a look what happened. Holy cow. That was insane. They wrecked on the back straight. I don't know how this starts. Because they were fine. No one made a move of going 4 wide. And I thought they were going to get enough to run. Oh, wait a minute. Did Brian James? He did. Oh, no. Brian. Oh, no. Now you see it. And then the 10 actually hooks the 048 of Ace Rogers going to Wayne Carson and James Qualls. I can't believe they finished that. And I think Brian James, he thought they were going to go up the track, and he wasn't paying attention. Goes up in the Finn guy and just squeezes him to the wall. And then James, he just realized, oh, shoot, that's the white flag. I got to get going. He loses that spot to Sam Curtis. He loses that spot to Ace Rogers. And he definitely loses that spot to Carson Gum, who ends up 4th. But regardless, though, great job for James. And unbelievable. Now, what happens over here? Paul Minicki's going to avoid. Here's Pack 2 coming on in. This has been one of the strangest Daytona races I've ever been through it. Oh, PJ Williams. Oh, right in the back of the 98. There's Ace Vado. There's Seth Cole. There's Paul Barber. Oh, wow. The 33 Benjamin Miles getting involved. Does the 40... The 43 does get involved. Okay, I was about to say, did he actually make it through? But he does not. Wow, every car in that backpack got involved in that crash in some type of way. Undoubtedly, this has been one of the wildest Daytona races I've ever been through. And Andres Baranskis steals the win in the Shore Lodge Chevrolet. Huge, huge win right there for that 2 team. That was unbelievable. Well, guys, here's your top 10 there that we've shown you guys with Baranskis winning the race. Zorland ended up 2nd. 3rd, Sam Curtis. 4th, Carson Gum. 5th, Ace Rogers. 6th, Paul Minnick. 7th, James Qualls. 7th, Brian James. 8th, James Qualls. 9th, Jeff Guy. Completed the top 10 was Noah Ponser. Matt Dixon ended up crossing the stripe in 11th. Brett Pritchard 12th. Sicoli 13th. Wayne Carson 14th. Ace Fado 15th. PJ Williams 16th. Paul Barber 17th. Benjamin Miles 18th. 19th, Seth Cole. And then the drivers who were out of the race from before 20th on down. Batson all the way down to where Cole Deaver was. Holy cow, what a wild race that was. And if you thought this race was going to be wild, I can't imagine what the Cup race is going to be like. That's going to be insane. So thank you guys for watching. If you like to be sure to give a like, comment your thoughts. Subscribe part of the NRSL, hit that subscribe button. And of course, keep up for more content. Until then, guys, goodbye. See you for the Cup race for the Coke 0400. And I will see you guys later. Peace.